Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's a known fact that we all like our black soaps, and the African black soap, ironically, it's advisable for it to be formulated into a proper formulation before it is used on the skin. So here I just have not too much, maybe ingredients to formulate about 158 grams of the African black soap. You enjoy the benefit. It's not like I have anything against you using your African black soap like that, like on its own, unformulated as it is, but sometimes it gets to a point where, due to the high alkaline level, you need to kind of, like, say, compromise it or kind of tone it down for it to not strip your skin of its natural moisture, because it's highly alkaline and has a high tendency of stripping the skin. So it's advisable you formulate it in a friendly way. Why am I talking too much? Let's go dive straight into it. Now, this is my African black soap at 150 grams. Okay, now you check if you're interested in the measurements of most of these things, because I don't think I can remember the whole measurements, but I wrote them in the description area, so you just check the description area to get the measurement. I'll just mention the ingredients. This is my 150 grams, as I said earlier, African black soap. All right, now the African black soap doesn't come like this, obviously, you understand, but I kind of marinated this for like 3 days inside my herbal water. Now it depends on what you want in your herbal water. My herbal water is an infusion of clove. You know, the clove, this is it. Clove has amazing benefits on the skin. It's almost like a legendary healer. Yeah. So I marinated it, yeah, inside this distilled water for, in fact, this is almost like 2 months ago or so. So that's what I use as my herbal water. It's not advisable for you to just pour plain water in your black soap. You need to give it reason. Okay, so that's the hydrosol, one of the hydrosol of choice that I use to marinate my black soap to get to this point. Then I have the popular Ozone soap. I also marinated, because the Ozone soap comes in a bar form, so I grated it and then also marinated it using the same clove water. So the next, let's start from the oils. This is my shea butter, unrefined shea butter. It's always advisable to lay your hands on unrefined products. So this is it, and this is my shea oil. That's shea butter oil. I mean, this is the brand I used from Himani, the shea butter oil. Now this is the oil, so you understand. So the shea butter, this is it, and then this is the shea oil. Do you understand? And then I now also have an oil here, the best oil, the queen of all oils, the Sesame oil. And as always, I advise you go for unrefined products. If you can lay your hands on unrefined ones, fine, but if you can't, no problem, you could still use the refined ones. This is an unrefined sesame oil. Yeah, as I told you, I'm going to put all of the measurements in the description area. So moving on to, this is my vitamin E oil. Yes. Okay, so the next lineup here, the next ingredient here, is my preservative. I am using the phenol, the ethanol, due to its wide range of activity. And then this is the white licorice powder. It's optional. If you don't want it in your formulation, it's okay. It just comes in as a tyrosinase inhibitor. When I mean by tyrosinase inhibitor, it kind of has lightening stroke brightening ability. So if you don't want this, maybe you want to formulate this African black soap for use for the whole family, you could skip the licorice and you could also skip the Ozone soap, because these two have slightly a little bit of brightening stroke lightening properties. So these two could be optional if you don't want your soap to have any of those brightening abilities. Now, coming back here to the hydrosols of choice, this is my Rosewater. Yeah, and this is my apple cider vinegar. Yeah, and then this is my aloe vera gel. You understand? So basically that's all I have here. So straight up, I'm going to go melt my shea butter. I'm back here with my shea butter properly melted. Yeah, still hot stuff. So now the next procedure I'm going to do, this is my rose water and this is my white licorice powder. I'm going to pour this here because the licorice powder is soluble in water. So let me add it. I decided to put the rose water as the hydrosol to dissolve the licorice powder. So I set it aside and then begin to work here. All right, I'm going to start with my hydrosols. This is my apple cider vinegar. You just choose the mode in which you want to mix, and I decided to use my hands because it's not much, you understand. But if it's more than this, then you could explore other options of mixing. So this is my aloe vera gel. Just added it in. You know, one thing I like about African black soap is the fact that it's local. It's ours. It has origin from Nigeria and from Ghana, although much more popular from Ghana, and that's why it is called the Ghanaian African black soap. But it has its origin from Africa, so we feel like it's our own. You know, that kind of thing, it's our own. And honestly speaking, the African black soap is an awesome surfactant. It's a very, very natural surfactant. All right, I've mixed the hydrosols here, so I'm going to add this here too as well. Yeah, now this, aside from its extra foaming ability is going to give to your African black soap, I also like the color. Yeah, I use it to explore the color as well. But as I said earlier, it's optional. If you don't want it, it's okay, no problem. Do you understand? So that's it here. So I'm going to mix it with my hands, as I told you. So meanwhile, the consistency of your African black soap depends on what you want. Like personally, I'm not really in for black soap that is really so thick, to be honest with you. Do you understand? Now bear in mind as well that when you put in too much oils in your African black soap, it's going to tamper with your foaming ability of your soap. Do you understand? Your soap might not foam so much. You get what I'm trying to say to you? So this is what I have here already. You understand? So I'm going to now add my oils. Yeah. Yes. So for me, it's a scooping soap I intend to have here. Okay, so mixing now. Mixing properly, because I need to mix all of these things. And like I said earlier, I'm not really in for very thick kind of soup. I prefer my soup being very flexible. So mixing. You see why I told you I like the Ozone soap, because of the color. So basically, when I use Ozone soap, what I excuse me, what I look forward to more is the color I'm going to get from it, to be honest with you. Like drifting away from the normal black soap color. I know one thing with African black soap, the more it sits, the more darker it gets. Do you understand? So by tomorrow or next tomorrow, this soap will not look this color, rather it will look kind of a deep brown. Do you understand? So that's it. So I'm coming in now with my shea butter oil. Then next I'm following with my shea oil. So I'm not going to use any thickness to get this my black soup. You understand the consistency? I don't need any thickener. So this is my sesame oil. There's something again, the oils is even making the chunk of the soup to loosen up better, like faster, you know. Let me see. Nobody needs to tell you that this soap is going to get a high foaming ability. Yeah, you can see already. And then it's advisable when you make soaps like this, don't use them immediately. You could just leave them for like 2 to 3 days so that all of the ingredients could settle in properly. Yeah. So I'm going to add my licorice. the combination of the licorice and the rose water. As I said earlier, I don't need any thickness. You could use a stick blender to facilitate the mixture, you understand, which I will eventually do at the end of the day. But for now, let me finish mixing everything in it. So I'm going to add my vitamin E oil. Vitamin E is a very, very important oil in skincare. Yeah. So last but not the least is our preservative. Yeah, because a lot of people complain, even though here I didn't just add unnecessary ingredients in my black soap. Do you understand? A lot of people complain that their black soap does not last more than 2 weeks, it gets spoiled. Now, sister or brother, now you know the reason why your black soap doesn't last that much. That's because you don't have a preservative in it, or you don't have the right preservative in it. When you're selecting preservative for a formulation like your African black soap that is highly alkaline in nature, you need a broad spectrum preservative, a preservative that has a high pH as well. Like it could actually accommodate a high pH and as well as a low pH. So your selection of preservative, it's very, very important. Sometimes I won't even advise you to use Jamal Plus, to be honest with you, because usually the range of the activity of Jamal Plus is 3 to 8, and your black soap has a pH of about 9 to 10. So do the math. So can you see? Look at how creamy and lovely our African black soap looks. Yeah, with our surfactant of choice, the African black soap. At this point, I have the bragging right to call my African black soap natural. Natural. That's the whole idea, right? So this is what we have without any thickener. Trust me, without any thickener whatsoever. Although in giving it the next few days, it's going to be darker. Do you understand? It's not going to have this sharp pink that you're seeing right now. It's going to be slightly darker, because one thing with African black soap, after formulation, it kind of get dark. You understand? It kind of gets dark. So I'm going to use my stick blender to smoothen it. Do you understand? Or it's not even so necessary. Like most of the chunk is gone, so I could just cover it up with my nylon. I think let's do that for in case those of us that don't have stick blenders and want to do this at home. You understand? And sometimes when you don't know how to use your stick blender with soaps, it's going to cause too much bubble, and that's going to take too much time before the bubbles disappear, to be honest with you. Even the soaps where we use surfactant, those are the kind of some experiences that we have. So I'm going to use a nylon or a foil paper, anyone you have, to cover this and keep it for 24 hours. Then by the following day, you should be able to break off. To be honest with you, if you can see what I'm doing clearly, there's no much chunk in it. Yeah, so leaving it by tomorrow, everything will be melted. 24 hours, everything will be melted. Can you see? Even if there are some little chunks, I believe that when you just use just a spatula, it's going to give you a smoother consistency. Do you understand? But as it is now, to me, for me, honestly, it's no need to use the stick blender actually. Do you understand? If you still want to use it, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So just stay tuned on my community page. I'll still drop the picture of the African black soap after 24 hours, how it eventually looks like. So you see why one of the things what I love about the Ozone soap, the color it gives me, I love it, to be honest with you. So I don't even need any thickener, you understand, to make it a gel. No, it's already a gel, as you can see. In a gel form, this is a black soap in a gel form. But if you want to use thickeners, good for you. But for me, I wasn't in the mood to use thickeners. Alright, so please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Drop when you do this formulation for yourself and your family. Please don't forget to send me the review or the picture. Yeah, I'm going to drop my Instagram link in the description area as well, so you could send me the picture when you do it. Yeah, or you could tag me in it if you do it. And then don't forget to also give me the review of how it worked, because this black soap is mild even for kids. Just make sure that after bathing you make sure, very, very important, to moisturize the skin. It's a normal thing, right? After bathing you moisturize. Yeah. So this brings me to the end of this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, and if you like, you share. You understand? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, which basically is the like. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in another video. Bye.